Family, what's up? Welcome back to What the Fizz Nut podcast, where we get into some heated debates, some discussions, maybe some arguments, but at the end of the day, we still gonna walk away in love. I am Dr. T, and I have here Mr. Critical. What's up, babe?
What's up, fellas and females? What we talking
Okay.
about today, baby? What you want to talk about? I'm gonna let you pick. I don't want to pick it today. You pick it.
I'm reading a new book. And it's really making me giggle, but it's also shining a light on who I am. And it's about we all have patterns based on how we were raised, based on the generation in which we were born. And then the big one is based on our 12 years of education in America. And so it talks about different types of parenting and what type of child you're raising and on how that child will operate in the world as an adult. So yeah. So I think I want to talk about parenting types. How are we parenting our children today? We have different parenting styles.
Fuck yeah. No fucking doubt about it. I'm a type of parent that believe in like being in the army. Give orders, complete orders. If you don't complete the orders, consequences. And I give maybe 2 or 3 chances. And after that, it's a wrap. All about punishment, 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 and more punishment. And I believe in breaking down that defiance, if there is a defiance, breaking it down by consequences. What's your parenting style?
Well, so the book kind of describes that style as authoritarian, I believe.
Oh, I love the way that sounds.
You said you like how that sounds?
I love that word. Can you say it again?
Authoritarian.
Thank you. That's a beautiful word, you all.
All right. But the authoritarian style creates, a certain type of child. And
How many styles is it?
I mean, the book talks about three. There could be more. So I probably relate more to because I'm definitely not an authoritarian. I have my moments, but I
What is the
think
3 types first?
authoritarian, permissive, and the third one is inconsistent, like a world of both. The parents
Mm.
who kind of sometimes are authoritarian, sometimes are permissive, and what kind of child that develops. I probably lean more to a permissive parent with sprinkles of authoritarian, maybe. Um, I I and mind you, in my opinion, they all create dysfunction.
How so?
There's no getting away from dysfunction.
But how so? How would authoritarian parent differ from a promiscuous parent? How?
I
What?
said
How?
permissive,
Oh, I'm so stuck on goddamn it, promiscuous women
promiscuous.
conversations. Shit, my bad. Yeah, but how do they distinguish between the three? What you think? Which one is the better one?
I
Is it a best one?
don't think so. So let me think if I can remember. Authoritarian parents produce children who kind of operate in fear. So they're always making sure that what they do is right and they work they operate in managing others' emotions, making sure others are okay because at growing up, they had to perform to make sure the authoritarian parents were okay. The permissive parents, their children either grow up not knowing boundaries and rules, or on the flip side, they crave boundaries and rules so much. I think the book said they're the ones who end up in cults.
Mm.
Please, children, don't end up in cults. And then the inconsistent parent, those children are they wear a mask. They tend to be able to test the waters and be what they need to be in that situation, almost to a default because they forget who they truly are because they're so busy wearing masks based on the environment they're in. So just based on the way the book described, and I'm super paraphrasing, but just based on the way the book described, there's no one better parenting style. That's why I say it's dysfunction in all of them. But I think the good thing is that once we recognize as while we're adults and we recognize how we were raised, we can alter those patterns. And perhaps even I'll even go to say we can heal from the dysfunction. But
Well,
you
I mean, it seems as if one has got to be better than the other. And if that's the case, which one would you think would be a better outcome out of the three?
that was a big old yawn. That wasn't towards you, baby.
Or it probably
Which
was,
would
but
be
anyway, I overlook it.
you wouldn't care.
I'm bored. I'm bored right now, y'all, because this ain't my favorite type of topic. This is truly Dr. T expert opinion, literally, because she's, as I always say, I'm just the muscle, you all. She's the brain. But continue, Doctor.
But like you say, you have your style of parenting that you think you believe one should parent that way.
I personally think that authoritarian parentship is a better outcome. I believe, as I say, it's like being in the army. You don't ask, you give orders, and you have expectations, and you have consequences. I think the second one, what was the second one?
Permissive.
Permissive. I think a
You
permissive
permit
parentship. Yeah, I think a parentshipping is probably will be my second choice because at least with a permit you have to ask and then I'll give you my response or I give you my okay. Consequences is probably still the same if you fail or don't meet those expectations or goals. I definitely don't believe in what was the third one?
inconsistent
I
parenting.
definitely don't believe in the inconsistent parenting. I think that those types of parentship um brings a child to a point of being uncertain, not being confident, not having that reassurance from either parent that their decisions is going to be approved or not because they're going to approve anything and everything you do any goddamn way. So it doesn't matter how far you meet the mark or fall from the mark, you still did good, and that's a problem for me.
Now, I agree that is a problem. I do not like the everybody gets a trophy era because that creates entitlement, and I can't stand an entitlement mindset. But like the authoritarian parent, that is the child who's a people pleaser. And here's the thing, again, all of them, I don't know if there's any one that's better because ultimately, if someone recognizes your type, they can manipulate you anyway. So that's why you got to be aware of your type so that you can, create some alternatives and really not allow yourself to be eaten up out here.
But I
I don't
think
know.
also it has a lot to do with classification and the persons that's classifying these terminologies or identifying these titles to these types of parenting styles. I think again is all based on opinion anyway. Is it any evidence or any scientific proof to support this suggestion of what the outcome of a child life would be like? Being raised in one of the three environments? I don't think so. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean
it's all based on
the book referenced studies, but I always say when it comes to data, science, studies, all that stuff, there's always the question of who backed that study, what think tank, what corporation, what industry backed that study, and who were the subjects of that study in order to call it data. So yeah, the book does reference some studies, but I always say that stuff can be biased too. So be careful about relying too heavy on data.
well now I do rely a lot on data. But
I know
again,
you.
I think if you're gonna stand by data information, you have to have data sources and not just one. I said sources.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think if you can get two or three more sources to confirm one way or another, then I think that's fair enough to use in any type of debate or conversation.
I mean, this is where we always get into it when we start talking data. Because now we done went off the topic of parenting. Because when we talk about data, even if you say two or three sources, I'll compare it to the algorithm. Like when the algorithm knows you like peanut butter and jelly, the algorithm is going to send you more things related to peanut butter and jelly, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, everybody like peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly must be the best thing because all my research says peanut butter and jelly is good." No. Now, what I will say is when you're looking at multiple sources, you need to look across the board. You can't just follow that same wormhole you're in when looking at data because it's going to give you the same outputs. So, anyway, that was,
Well, that's pretty fair. I could go for that. So at the end of the day, from your personal thought,
mhm.
which parentship you think is a better outcome, even if they are all critical and can be criticized. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, there's always got to be one better way out of those three. Out of those three, which is the better parenting style?
Well, I'm not going to say authoritarian because I feel like authoritarian
Can you
doesn't.
please not be biased? Can you
Why I
please
feel like
not be biased?
authoritarian? Okay, because like when you use the
Of course,
military
because
as an
I'm
when
just
you
saying,
use
baby,
the
you already know that you gonna go with number two out of the three, because
okay,
that's your
I'm gonna
parenting
criticize them
style. So
all.
you are showing
Okay,
bias in itself.
okay, I'm gonna criticize them
No,
all.
no,
I'm gonna
I
criticize
didn't
them
say
all.
I just asked you just pick one. Just pick one that is better than the other. That's all I'm asking. And
Can't.
can you please can you please be not be biased? Can you please just be fair? It's gotta be one out of the two, out of the three that you would say is a better parenting ship. I just want to see if you're gonna be non-biased.
Okay,
Objectively.
follow up question. Maybe there is a style
This is
that
this the hold on. This is just can you pick one? That's all. One, two, or three. We don't need no foundation. We don't need it to be layered. We don't need it to be built up. We just need you to pick one.
if I could pick one, if if you could read the room.
You can't, so just pick one.
I
You can't,
know,
so just pick
no, I'm
one.
saying, okay, so to me, the inconsistent parenting type, if the child
No, we don't
knows,
need babe. Just pick one, please. We don't need no background. We know the background. We know the definition. Pick one.
inconsistent if the child doesn't lose their identity and they understand what they're doing and know that when they walk into rooms, they are wearing masks and they can then go home and take that
See
mask
what
off
I'm dealing
and
with,
know who they
family?
are.
Family, family, you see how we get into goddamn arguments all the time? Because Dr. T can't pick one. She refused to pick one, and then when she is finna pick one, I call her ass out and say, you can't be biased. You know what she do? She go back to three and start trying to explain the reason why she would pick three, why she would pick two, and why she would pick one. Please pick one.
I did. The inconsistent,
No, you
because
didn't.
I did. I said the inconsistent one, as long as that
Inconsistent
child knows that
parenting.
they are wearing a mask.
See how unreal that is, y'all. Do you all really believe that she wanted to go with number three? Do y'all really
Okay.
believe that, family?
Because
I'm clear on my stance. I'm an authoritarian, and I think authoritarian parenting is better than two and three. This is not hard for me,
I
but you
know
see
you
how
do.
difficult it is for her. Do you see it,
Because
y'all?
I feel
It
like
is not me when we get into argument. It don't be me. It be her starting the shit. Can you pick one? Can you please just pick one for the sake of
I
this
s-
argument?
I
Say I pick one, I pick two, I pick three.
said three, as long as the child knows they are wearing a mask and
See what
doesn't
I'm
lose
saying,
themselves.
y'all? It's always gotta be a but. It's always gotta be a
I
but.
didn't say but. I
So
said
we really
as
know
long
she
as.
really want to say two. But she knows she say two. She know I'm finna get ready and get critical on that motherfucker. She
Well,
know
I
it.
will.
So
Reason
she
why
know I'm not finna argue about three too much because I already clearly stated that three is the worst out of the three. So for the sake of argument, y'all, she gonna go with three just so that I don't have nothing else to say.
all right. Because I didn't pick two because I don't want my child to end up in a cult. That's just messed up.
So that's why you won't pick two, huh? Even though
Yeah, I
you
don't
were
want my
really a
child to be in the
supporter of two,
cult.
but that's the reason you won't go on record. You won't go on the record and pick two because they gonna be long begin get to a cult.
I don't want
Okay.
them to be in no cult.
We believe that one. Hey
I
family, you all look. Comment, subscribe, and follow us, please. Make a comment. That's very important to us. We just starting out here, you all, and we got a lot of more different conversations. Hey, I have a book at home, you all, that's got over about 100 pages. And in those 100 pages, front and back, top to bottom, I got so many thoughts that she and
Mm.
I has discussed over the last 5.5 years. And I cannot wait to really get involved and share these thoughts and these conversations we need to have. But we need to get some followers, you all. We need to support. I'm Mr. Critical, and I'm reaching out to you all, to the fellas, asking the fellas, hey, let's support each other, let's follow each other, and let's grow together. So take us out, Dr.
All right, y'all. Don't take none of this personal, Parent the way you want to parent. Just understand whatever parent type is going to be some dysfunction. So try to be intentional about your parenting. Try to have conversations with your children about, what a healed human can look like. Let's just try to do better. I think we just all trying to do the best we can out here with what we got. So
And
do our best.
just to add a note to that, you all, no matter what choices you choose, hey, don't be critical. Cause we
Leave
learning
that
this
up.
as we go.
Leave that up to him.
Let me do leave that to me, you all. I take that pressure, okay? Let me be the critical one of this conversations, y'all. And you all choose the best path that work for you all. Thank you.